Good morning and welcome to Fast Horses Today for Sunday. Today is August 23rd and we are going to go over some races at Del Mar. But before we start on today's races, let's recap that Pacific Classic race from yesterday. Just a quick synopsis. Boy, the first two horses that got out there for Full Serrano and Knightsbridge, wow, did they really put on a show. I'm sure the John Sadler barn's pretty disappointed that Knightsbridge showed up because first, Serrano might have had like a tour de force type of performance. He ran so well. Probably wouldn't have had to go that fast and would have won that race. But there's a lot of would-haves in horse racing. Fact of the matter is, Knightsbridge stuck to him and buried him and just ran a huge race. Now, here's the question. Put this in the comments section. Let me know what you think. Junior Alvarado, he's got maybe the two best handicap horses that he's riding. He's riding Knightsbridge. He's riding Sovereignty. So I don't know that those two will meet up anytime before the Breeders' Cup, but if and when that happens, who does Junior Alvarado go with? Who does he decide, Sovereignty or Knightsbridge? So let's get started with today's races over at Del Mar. And we'll start out with a little Bing Crosby to kick us off to finish up this weekend at Del Mar, August 28th. Take it away, Bing. So as Bing Crosby sang, where the turf meets the surf down at Old Del Mar, that is where we're going to go today. We're going to start out in the first race. I'm going to do something a little different. Going to play the first pick 5. That one has a low takeout. Nice, we'll see if there's a nice pool in there. We're going to try the first pick 5 here, which does start in that first race. First race, approximate post time, about 2 o'clock Pacific, so that's 4 o'clock here in the Central Time Zone. And the first race starts us out with a 5.5 furlong dirt sprint. These are fillies, claimers, $12,500 claimers, and these are 3-year-olds only. And I'm going to start this out with a single. I got a single here, and that's why I'm playing this pick 5. I'm going to single the 5 horse, was Baby Needs Shoes, for Peter Miller and Kazushi Kimura. Peter Miller drops this horse into a $12,500 level here. I think he finds the right spot. He's been training for a long time for Kirk and Judy Robeson, so those are longtime clients. I'm sure they've got all the trust in the world in their trainer. And I just think this horse has found her friends. And, based on her last few races, I think that, this should be a much softer group. And she'll get a much better trip than she did last time. She took on California Allowance Company in her last Del Mar start. I don't think she really got shamed by her effort there. She got beat by Bessie Coleman, Redheaded Reba, and Syntax, and any of those horses would really roll over this field. So I don't think she got shamed in that race. I thought she ran a nice race. I think this class relief certainly is necessary for her, and she'll get a lot faster. 4-1 the program. I don't think we're going to get 4-1 on her, but we're going to single in the first race, the 5 horse. Baby Needs Shoes. All right, now let's go with the second race here. Second race, this is an $8,000 claimer. They're going 6 furlongs on the dirt, so a dirt sprint for 8,000 claimers. Fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up. And I've got 3 horses I'm going to put in. I feel one of these 3 will get this done and advance our ticket. I'm going to go with the 3 horse was Elton Sings Another. Edwin Alvarez, I picked Edwin Alvarez a couple days ago, didn't get it done for me. Tyler Bays rides a horse here. Now, this horse certainly fits in this level. She's been in and around this claiming level, and 8,000 certainly fits her. She runs some just even races. I think it's just a matter of, does she find a slow enough field? Does she get a nice trip? Tyler Bays been riding pretty well, 7-2. Elton Sings Another certainly would be dangerous here. Going to also put the 7 horse is Baytown Butterfly for Peter Miller. Peter Miller's dropping anchor here. He's making a few changes. He gets Ricardo Gonzalez on the horse. Now, Gonzalez, I don't know what Gonzalez has been doing on horses this meet, but just things have not been going well for him. They're putting blinkers on. It's just a matter of, does this horse drop far enough where she'll be fast enough here? So it looks like she should be. There's not a lot here. Baytown Butterfly at 5-2 certainly would be dangerous. And then I'm going to put the 8 horse was Perfect Life for Jose Valdez and Kazushi Kimura. So got Kimura in the first couple legs. Looking for a big day from Kazushi Kimura. This horse, I like the outside post. I think last time she had shortened up from a mile race over at Los Al to a 5.5 furlong dirt sprint, and she just was kind of too far back. But I like the race that she ran there. I think she ran a nice race. I think this should make her pretty competitive here and a lot closer, not giving her so much to do. Kazushi Kimura rode her last time. I just think that she just couldn't get going coming off that long race. So 5.5 furlongs, 8-1. Perfect Life certainly fits in this level of horses. So we've got the 3, 7, and 8 in the second race. All right, let's go to the third race of the day. Third race is they're going a mile on the dirt. These are $20,000 claimers. And, some familiar faces from opening day, from that opening race in opening day where they love to start in front of the fans, get everyone jazzed up and get going at Del Mar. So we've got some horses coming back from that race. I'm going to put 2 horses in. I think one of these 2 should get it done here. I've got the 5-horse was Geometry for Tim McCanna, Joe Bravo. They're dropping anchor on this horse in a way here. Last time this horse ended up running in a $20,000 level as a condition level. Horse got it done on the turf. They're moving over to the dirt here, and it's the first time on the dirt for Geometry, but certainly the breeding says the horse should be fine. And let's face it, when you drop horses, down enough, they're fast enough to win or not win, and I don't know that the surface really matters when you get down there. So anyway, Joe Bravo at 12-1. I think this horse could probably be finishing up strongly. We'll see. They might cook it up again. A few of these did that last time. Geometry could be dangerous here at 12-1. And then I'm going to put the 6-horse, was Joint Venture for Ron Ellis and Juan Hernandez. Juan Hernandez, back in California, he had a decent day yesterday. I know he had several second-place finishes. He's got what probably is going to be, I don't know if be the favorite or not. Maybe the 7-horse the favorite, but we'll put the 6-horse Joint Venture. I think this horse drops into a level where this should really be right up his alley here, and it should be very tough. Horse definitely likes Del Mar with 3 in the money finishes out of 5 starts, so certainly no problem there with the Sea Air. Last time this horse ran was at Del Mar back in early August, so a couple weeks ago. He took on a little bit better on the turf. I didn't think he ran a bad race there. They're going back to the dirt here, which is what he likes to do. So I think this horse will be dangerous here, Joint Venture. I don't know if they're going to go to the lead with this horse or stalk, but, should be good to go. Ron Ellis seems to win these type of races nowadays. That's just kind of what his barn has. So we're going to go with the 5 and the 6 in the third race. All right, let's go to the 4th race of the day. 4th race. This is a 5 furlong dirt sprint, and these are maiden $20,000 claimers, state breds. These are 2-year-olds. So, there's not a whole lot here to talk about. These are kind of your future bottom rung horses, or horses if you play at night at Los Al. You'll see a lot of these probably end up there. I'm going to put 2 horses in. I'm going to go with the 8-horse, who is Bo Diddley, Stephen Miotti, Tyler Bays. This horse, started her career over at, his career, I should say. These are Colts and Geldings. Started his career in his maiden special weights. Ended up running some even races. When they dropped this horse into a $50,000 level, Tyler Bays took the call. I thought the horse ran well enough, almost won that race. They're dropping this horse into 20. Miotti probably doesn't care if you claim him or not. He's probably just looking for a win. 3-1. Bo Diddley should be just fine and competitive in this race. Then we're going to put the 10-horse, who is Johnny B. Johnny B for George Parabon and Joel Rosario on the horse here. Now, Parabon and Rosario don't really team up all too often, not that I can remember. This horse ran for this level back on August 1st and ended up running second at this level. Kind of had a tough start being in the 1 hole out of 10 horses. Tyler Bays was on the horse that time, and I know I've said it many times. Tyler Bays seems to really run the rail pretty nicely, but Rosario takes the call here. I like the outside post. This horse certainly ran well enough that could beat this field, so we're going to put the 8 and the 10 here in the 4th race. All right, let's go to the 5th race of the day. 5th race will cap off this late pick 5, and it also starts off we'll cap off this early pick 5, and then it starts off the late pick 5. So little hinge there if you're playing pick 5s. This race is in both of them. It overlaps. I think this 5th race is very difficult. This is a maiden special weight race. These are fillies and mares, California breds. They're going 5 furlongs on the turf. Very tough bunch here to handicap and pick out one winner. I'm going to put 5 horses in this race. Let's hope that we can get that single home with Peter Miller in the first race. We have a nice ticket. We've got 5 horses in coverage. I'm going to put the 3-horse, who is Sally's Wish, Sally's Wish for Dwayne Baker, and he puts one of his main men, Garcia, on the horse. Now, these guys do pair up for a few wins. Baker, low percentage guy, but he actually does well when horses off a break. So I don't have a problem when trainers bring horses off a break into a turf sprint. I think those seem to be the best options for them to win off a long layoff. Sally's Wish has been running with maiden special weights in the Calbred ranks, just running some even races. I feel like, since I don't know that there's a whole lot of talent here, Sally's Wish can certainly kind of sit a trip and maybe upset the apple cart. You know, she's 6-1 in the program. I think she'll go off higher than that. Going to put the 5 horse, who is Adia for Ryan Hansen and Drayton Van Dyke on the horse. So we'll see if Van Dyke can get it done here. This horse, couple changes. We've got blinkers on this horse. We've got second-time Lasix. This horse showed some speed in some turf sprints at Del Mar last year in the maiden special weight rank. So, you know, maybe the speed, maybe the layoff. We'll see if Van Dyke can get a horse out and going. We'll see what his career ends up being. I know he's just kind of getting it kick-started. So, Adia is certainly good enough here. Good breeding, City of Light, 8-1. Adia certainly, I think, is dangerous in this race. We'll put the first starter, the 6 horse, a little bit fabulous. I'm sorry, that's a little too fabulous. My bad there. A little too fabulous for Carla Gaines, Kazushi Kimura. 3-1. This might be your favorite. We'll see. Coming off some nice works. Carla Gaines certainly can get him ready to go first time, and certainly on these turf sprints. So her works put her right in here into this race. I think just a very open race here. She can certainly win first time out. Then I'm going to put the 11 horse Maggles McGee for George Papapadromo and Umberto Rispoli. These guys teamed up for a 3rd place finish in a 5 furlong grass race back in early August, so just a couple weeks ago. This horse turned back in distance, was running maiden special weight races at Santa Anita at a mile, so that turned back to 5 furlongs. You know, sometimes horses can get it done that way. Sometimes they need a race or so. They need to be able to turn around, get a turnaround like that. So I think the fact the horse ran in the 5 furlong distance race made a nice account of himself, or herself, I should say, and can certainly be a factor here at 7-2 with Umberto Rispoli. And then also eligible. Not sure if this horse is drawing in. As of now, we don't know. Handicap as if she's drawing in. That's the 13 Sacred Sound for Peter Miller. Juan Hernandez takes the call. This horse has had some nice races. Watching the film in her last 2, I would think that she should win this race, but you know what? She's also shown ability to just kind of, run in place and let horses beat her. So she's 5-2, also eligible to 13.'re going to put her in. That's the name is Sacred Sound. If she doesn't draw in, well, then we'll just take her out. But let's get let's wrap up this ticket and wrap up the day and the bets for today, Sunday. Okay, so for Sunday, August 23rd, we are going to play the early pick 5. Early pick 5 starts in the first race. We're going to single the 5 horse in the first, with the 3-7-8, with the 5-6, with the 8-10, with the 3, 5, 6, 11, and 13. Now, if all those horses stay in, that's a $30 play. I think it's worth it. I do like that horse in the first race. If there are scratches, you'll have to figure out, what you want to do. If you want to play the ticket as is, I wish you the best of luck. If you want to add or subtract to it, maybe play the pick 3s within it, play the pick 4 within it. I wish you the best of luck. Thank you to everyone who's watched Fast Horses today and listened to the picks. Let's hope that there's a safe day there at Del Mar for this Sunday day of racing. Let's hope that we get some good trips. As we all know, good trips really make a difference, winning and losing, especially at a track like Del Mar. So again, thanks so much for watching. Thanks to everyone who has hit the subscriber button. If you haven't done so, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. It definitely gets that count up, and the content gets delivered to you. You can make good comments, you can make bad comments. Hit the like button, hit the dislike button. I promise to respond to everything. So let's close this week out a winner, this big weekend of racing, Pacific Classic Day at Del Mar. We'll see you next week for more coverage. And that's Del Mar, where the turf meets the surf. Thanks again for watching. Have a wonderful Sunday.